What's up YouTube, it's your boy, the Mediocre Moose. Going to be talking today about the latest economy update to CSGO. If you want to learn how it's going to change the game, stick around. Alright, so let's talk about the early round game economy, rounds 1 through 4. We now are introduced to this new concept of the loss counter variable, which basically increases every single time you lose a round. So the loss counter increases by +1 for every loss, and it decreases by 1 for every win. So what you'll notice here, these are all the possible win-loss scenarios for rounds 1 through 4. And when you compare the amount of money that you get in the new economy versus the old economy, what you'll realize is rounds 1 through 4 are really not affected at all by this loss counter variable. So if you're not already familiar with early round game economy, I suggest you watch my previous video, which I'll link on the screen right now and in the description below. And that video covers basic buying strategies to guarantee that by round 3, you'll be able to have a gun round, regardless if you won or lost the previous 2 rounds. So check that video out. So once again, this economy update has no impact to the early game rounds 1 through 4. Where things actually get interesting with the new economy is rounds 5 through 15. Now, as of the March 19th, 2019 update, there is now a loss counter scoreboard element, so you know exactly what your loss counter bonus is. And knowing that information, as well as knowing how much money you have at the start of each round, will help you determine how much money you can spend this round while still guaranteeing that you have enough money left over to guarantee a full buy next round. Now, I know a lot of people have different definitions of what they consider a full buy. My definition is, as a terrorist, you want to have at least $3,700 because that guarantees you an AK-47 plus full armor head armor. If you're a counter-terrorist, I like to have at least $3,750 because that guarantees you an M4 plus body armor. You don't really need the head armor if you're on a gun round because the enemy has AK-47s, which are one-shot kills to the head. So this table that I created is basically a basic guide to make sure you have enough money for what you consider to be a full buy. So in my case, $3,700 as a T and $3,750 as a CT. So let's just take a look at a situation where we are a terrorist and our loss counter bonus is 0. So long as we end up with $2,300 after we're done spending our money, on the next loss, we're going to get plus $1,400, which will give us at least $3,700. So that's kind of like the strategy that you should implement in rounds 5 through 15. Now, I know a lot of people don't agree with what I consider to be a full buy. Some people like to have at least $4,000 so that they can have a smoke grenade plus, AK-47 head armor, body armor. And that's your prerogative. And that's why I created a spreadsheet tool to help you figure out your best buying strategy based on what guns you like. So to start off, to use this spreadsheet, you're going to need to put in a couple variables. So the cells that are highlighted in light blue, those are going to be your definitions, right? So for full buy, I like to have as a CT 3750 because that gives me body armor plus an M4. What I consider to be a force buy as a CT is going to be a FAMAS, which is 2250 plus head armor, body armor. What I consider to be like a light buy would maybe be full head armor, body armor, plus maybe a shotgun or an SMG. Pistol armor, I like to do head armor, body armor, plus a P250. And then pistol rounds, I like to just do a P250, which costs $300. So basically fill in these variables with dollar amounts based on your favorite gun choices. And then once you populate that, the spreadsheet will auto-update and calculate based on what your loss counter is, which are columns A and B, and compare that to how much money you started the round off with, which is row 2, and it will determine what the best strategy is for you based on your inputs, right? It's going to tell you whether you should do a full save because you're going to be able to buy in 2 rounds. It's going to tell you whether you should do a full save because you're going to be able to buy in 1 rounds from now. It'll tell you you can do a pistol only strategy, or it'll tell you you could do pistol armor and still have enough money for the next gun round. So if the cell is highlighted in red, that means you're 2 rounds away from being able to do a full buy based on your definition. If your cell is highlighted yellow, that means that you are 1 round away from getting that full buy as long as you implement the strategy that the spreadsheet spits out. And if you're in a green cell, that means you already have enough money to do a full buy, so just do a full buy. So take some time, play around with the spreadsheet. If you find any issues or problems with the spreadsheet, like some of my formulas are messed up or whatever, just comment below and I'll fix the spreadsheet. In order to edit the variables, you might want to save a local copy just so that you can actually make edits. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, get out there and stay average.